I'm done with Craftsman. I've had it. I've had enough. You know, I've had several straws now that have broken this camel's back. And one of them is my favorite of all ratchets. Now, you guys have seen this in my favorite tools video, and it still today remains one of my favorite tools. I'm not getting rid of this, but I'm not going to replace it either. It started to get pretty loose. I've used it quite a few times, and you can see the head here. It's gotten really pretty sloppy here, and it still works. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to take it up to the local store. Not a Sears store, of course, because they closed that. I took it to the Ace Hardware where they got Craftsman tools, because, you can get those practically on any corner now. And went to go see what it would replace with. It still looks largely the same. They did change a little bit here in the head. I think it might be just a tad thinner. It might even be a superior product to this vintage one. I got this one when I was like, I don't know, in my 20s or something. I've had this thing forever. Anyway, I went and looked at it, and it's not made in the U.S. It's made in A-AE, it says, where this one says right on the back, it says USA. Well, I'm not going to buy it. Not going to trade it in. When this tool breaks, I'll probably just cry a river and throw it in the garbage, because I don't think I can do it anymore. Another reason I'm really done with Craftsman. This is not a Craftsman torque wrench. It is a Master Mechanic one. It's made in Taiwan. I had this one for a lot of years, and I was able to service this one. I was able, there's a way you could pull it apart and actually, calibrate it so that it worked pretty decently. It just got to the point where I couldn't see it anymore. So I went to go and replace this at Sears before they closed. And I wound up buying one of those micro torque wrenches. Maybe some of you guys have those in your toolbox now. The first time I got it home, it's got this locking ring on here where you're able to click it and lock it into place once you set the torque value. And as soon as I used it, the very first time, that lock ring broke right off of it. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe that's a fluke. So I take it back to the store. I get another one. They swapped it out for a new one. I bring that one home. It was all on one motorcycle. Bring it home. First use, the head breaks right off. I'm like, well, what the hell? This is a pile. I take it back again. They give me another wrench. I think it was the last one in the store. And I get that one home. The head breaks. The whole mechanism just fell right out of the wrench. Who the hell makes tools that crappy? So, these BMWs are worth more than those crappy tools. So I went and replaced it, and I just returned the thing and said the heck with it, and spent more money. I actually wound up with this torque wrench right here, which I just love this thing. This is a Norbar. Why do I hold that upside down? It's a Norbar torque wrench. You can find these on Amazon, maybe on eBay. I don't know. They're made in the UK. I come to find out that this is actually a Snap-on company. I think it might just be a brand that existed and is now owned by Snap-on, but it's still high quality stuff. Just love it. It's got micro ratcheting. It has a really nice solid click to it. Another thing I really like is that the 0 points on here are really easy to come by. So, if you just make it a half a turn, it's going to go to 0, 0, 0, so it's, as you're cranking it up, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can glance at it and, make sure you're dialed in. Only complaint, the print's a little small. My eyeballs are getting a little older, and it's getting harder to read, but I can still do it. Anyway, this is good quality stuff. Another reason that I am really hating on Craftsman right now is the breaker bar. I used to have a nice US-made Craftsman breaker bar. You can see this one is A-AE. Half-inch breaker bar. I had used it so many times that it actually bent the beam on it, which I didn't mind at all. It was kind of cool. And one day I snapped the end off of it. And you used to be able to take them into the store, and they would just replace the end. They had them in the drawer. They would just, zip this thing out, pop a new one in, you're good to go, send you back home with your original. I like that. Now, they don't do that anymore because, well, they're not made in the U.S. They're all made overseas. They went and replaced it with a brand new one. I get it home. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It's a new one, new tool. I couldn't even get a socket on it. The end of the thing was a rectangle. No quality control at all. Had to take it back. Of course, they gave me another new one. This one does fit. It fits okay. It does still look kind of like a rectangle, but it's enough that it actually fits in there. And I'm done with this. I'm going to probably sell this thing off and get one. I'll get a used US made tool and just hope it doesn't break. Or I'll get a Snap-on or something, you know, pay a little bit more money and get some better quality tools. This is not a Craftsman wrench either, or ratchet. This is it's an Ace Hardware brand, but you could see how it's getting very, very loose inside there. I don't like that. I don't like my tools to be feeling like they're about to break, they're about to wear out. I've noticed too, when I put a lot of pressure on this thing, you know, not putting a cheater bar or anything on here, but just really pulling on something, it will start to open up these forks. They actually start to spread, and I know it's going to blow. It's going to break. So I went on eBay, and I found this very nice Napa tool, flex head wrench. And there is no give at all. I paid 20 bucks for it. Totally worth it. US tool. I can take this one back. It's guaranteed for life. And I know that I'll get a quality tool coming back if I decide to, you know, if I need to. You guys have already seen this ratchet in one of my other videos. I went and spent the big money on a Snap-on ratchet, and I actually think this now is my new favorite. There is just such a feeling of quality in Snap-on tools. Not the Blue Point tools, but the Snap-on branded tools, the ones that are made in the U.S. Oh, do I love this thing, the way it feels. Combine that with, you know, some of the extensions, and it's just nothing but quality. Everything fits exactly correct, and I don't have to worry about it breaking. If it does break, I call up the Snap-on guy. He shows up here at my door, and I can, you know, have it repaired. They won't replace it. I suppose if the handle broke right off, they would replace it, but, you know, the internal mechanisms, they carry all those in their trucks. They can fix them up right there on the spot, and I'm good to go. So you're going to be seeing a lot more US-made tools. Craftsman, I'm really disgusted by you. You've taken a nice set of sockets. This is the one that I've used for years now in my shop. You can see it's all there. There's only one US tool in it, and it's this crappy ratchet. And they probably just didn't run out of them yet. It says US on it. Every other tool that's in this container, though, says A-AE. And on the front, I didn't notice it at the time. Maybe I didn't even care at the time because I needed something. Made in China. I'm selling off that set. If anybody's interested, throw me an email. I did buy a used Snap-on set, and I'm going to tell you, the Snap-on set is so far superior. It's mind-blowing. I didn't think that it would be that much of a difference between even a used Snap-on set and that Craftsman set, but it's a huge difference. When you put these into that little hex cap, they don't move at all. With the other one, there was a little bit of play. You could kind of wiggle it back and forth, and you knew that at some point something was going to strip out, whether it was the bolt or the end of the tool would strip out, and then I would have to go to the store and get a new one. This one does not move. It's like it was made by BMW. My other torque wrench, which is on my other favorite tool thing, I had this one renewed by Snap-on. I gave it to the guy. It cost me $65 to have it repaired and recalibrated. So what I had done on here was the detent ball fell out, and I needed to get that fixed. So I gave it to him, and I just had it recalibrated. They completely really restored this thing. They went overboard, and this is just completely new. the end of this thing. Tools go on there so nice. They redid the battery chamber in here. They put a new electrical contact in here so that it wasn't a screw. They just really went overboard and really fixed this thing up nice. And they calibrated it to plus or minus 2 pounds. That's like unheard of. You know, all those Harbor Freight ones that you get and the crappy Craftsman ones, those are all at least plus or minus 4, if not more. That's not good enough for me. I really love precision. I love having quality tools. I love tools that make me want to work on something. They make me want to go wrench. I love wrenching. So, guys, you're going to start seeing some more better quality tools. I'm hoping I don't have to rant anymore. I'm sure that whatever's left of my Craftsman tools will either be sold off or they'll break in my hands. And I'm going to be getting some better tools. But I'm done buying overseas garbage, at least from China and Taiwan. I'm done with that stuff. So not every tool that comes from overseas is garbage. I'm just talking, for me, the ones that are coming from China and Taiwan, not happening anymore. I'll spend the extra money to buy some quality. Here's a tool, though, that came from Japan, this vessel. Now, some of you guys have these already in your toolbox. One of you out there sent me a message, and I think it was on my favorite tools video, and brought these to my attention. They said that they have the Japanese industrial standard tip on there, the JIS tip, and they fit on the BMW bikes a lot better than just a regular Phillips, especially when you're up here in the, doing those little screws that are up in the brake cylinder. This is a great tool. These things cost, $15 a piece. Worth it. Worth every penny of it. Guys, go do yourself a favor and get a vessel screwdriver, or screwdrivers. Get quite a few. They make a whole bunch of different models. These are top quality, top of the line. Absolutely my favorite screwdriver. That's all I got for now. If you like what you see here, if you like my other videos, my do-it-yourself videos, take a look down in the description below if you want to help me out directly. There's a link to patreon.com/Kirk Johnson. Also, you can subscribe and hit the bell icon. You get notified of future videos coming up. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.